Hey everybody, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today we're making our last ferry flight from Hamburg in Germany over to London Heathrow Airport. Tomorrow, October 1st, they go into service, and we've got the last one here to ferry over. We're bringing back a few of the staff, so we got a little bit of passengers on board, we got a little bit of weight in the cargo. Let's get out of here. Should be a good flight, weather's looking pretty good. We'll hop inside. Fire up the batteries, get the air running, and go through our startup sequence. Get all the lights on, and we'll do the overhead as well. There we go. So let's get the IRSs. The ADIRs aligning, and we'll run through our flows, make sure everything is set. So they're aligning, everything's good here, that's good. GPWS is good, we're all good here, the calls are good, and the wipers. Fire test, we'll go for the APU. Test on 1. And test engine 2. They're all good. We'll put the fuel pumps on. Might as well get them up and going now. A little bit of ventilation for the cockpit and the cabin. There we go. That's set. Anti-ice is off. We're all good there. Put the nav lights on. Let them know we're here. Seat belts. Non-smoking can come on. Emergency exits are now armed. We don't need the dome lights. These are all set good, and we're fine here, and wipers there. Alright, so coming down this side, we're all good here. Panels are set. We'll leave that for engine start. The door to the back is open. Parking brake is on. Flaps are good. 7,000 on the squawk for the IFR, and we're good. So the IRS is going to be 7 minutes. So let's go down. We'll get the route plugged in to the McDo. So everything is set on the initialization page. DHI to EGLL. Not in database. Alright. EDHI. Let's try this again. EDHI to EGLL. That's better. So our flight number today, we are Foxtrot Lima 9003. Cost index for this flight will be 25, and we'll be cruising at a flight level of 300. That's all good. So for our flight plan, pretty basic. Let's see. If I can get an ATIS here. 13596. So let's go down to the radios. 135 906 965. No. That may be because I have the voices turned off for the ATC. But that's fine. We're going to go off on runway 23. So our departure will be on runway 23, and it will be the WSN 3W. We will insert, and our arrival as it stands right now is going to be runway 27 right, the ILS. And let me just go over to Navigraph here and see what we have. It's funny it says there's no arrival or no star. Should be. That's okay, we'll vector in. We'll insert that into the waypoint or the flight plan. So now we'll put in some of our waypoints. So from WSN, our next waypoint is Echo Echo Lima. And that will be this one here. Or it should have been. I'll go with the second one. Echo Echo Lima. There we go. It's a problem with duplicates showing up. And Echo Echo Lima, the next one will be Pam, Papa Alpha Mike. And that will be, we'll go with the second one there, see if it took it. No, I'm going to want the first one. And from Pam, it is Logan, which is the beginning of our, no, let's spell it right. Beginning of our approach into London. And it will be the first one. Kind of has to be with those coordinates. Didn't take it though. So from Pam, let's try this again. Logan is our next waypoint. First one. There we go. So we'll insert. What do we got? 2 minutes to go, so let's put on the beacon light because we're gonna fire up the APU and let the guys outside know we're about to start that. Wait for the flap open to come up, and that's the flap at the back that allows air into the small engine and the back, the tail of the airplane, and it will provide us with power and air pressure to start the engine. So let's if we jump outside, you can hear it firing up. There's the exhaust at the back of the plane. And in 1 minute we'll be up. We'll be able to check our flight plan, and then we can get ready to push back, start up the engines, and taxi. For pushback, I'm using something new. Somebody's written a little free software, Pushback Helper. It's pretty cool. Allows you to push back straight, left, and right, and he's just added a little jetway thing to help extend and retract jetways. Uses the stuff inside the game or the sim, but does it in an easier fashion. Okay, so we're up on there. We'll go to plan mode. We'll scale out, and we'll take a look. So we'll go to our flight plan. Click through. There's WSN. That's Eel, Pam, Logan, and then we move into the airport area, and we'll vector in for the approach. So that is all nicely set. For performance, we'll finish this up here. We're going on a flaps 1 takeoff. We'll recalculate our V speeds. V1 of 112, rotation speed of 117, and a V2 of 122. We come over here. We're still having problems with all this stuff on the aircraft, so we will set our airspeed in selected mode. We're going to select 220, and our initial heading, actually we'll leave that. Should be able to catch it fine and do what it has to do. So I think that's everything. Everyone should be on board. Everything's set here, so we'll just make sure everyone in the back is aware. We'll lock the door. And we will get our pushback. So let's jump outside. Actually, before we do that, come off on the parking brake, jump outside, because we're going to want to see where we're going. We're going to push into that little bit of a path there. There we go. And we're going to push the tail a little bit to the left in a second. There we go. Push this around a little bit more. It's looking very good. And we'll stop there. So brakes are on. I can go back to there. And we're good to start the engines. So beacon's on, nav lights on. APU is available, so APU bleed can come on. And we'll start engine number 1. Oop. We'll listen to it fire up. Not sure if I'm hearing thunder there or not. jump inside. The engine's up and running. I'll start engine number 2. I love the sound of the Airbus hydraulics sparking away there. I do love that sound. Big engines firing up. Anyway, back to the cockpit. Everything's looking good. Alright, so we're all set there. Crew oxygen supply is on. Come down here, everything is good. Turn off the APU bleed and kill the APU. We'll get ready to taxi now. That's all set. Before we go up, we'll do a... Oh, that is thunder. There's a little graphical glitch, or sound weather glitch there. Alright, so run the flight controls. Go full left, full right, full forward, full back, left, rudder, right rudder. Everything's good. Our doors are secured. On the wheels page, taxi and takeoff. Alright, so parking brake off. Let's taxi out. So it's a short taxi, it's just down the way here. And from here we make a left, we'll backtrack. Down to the end of the runway. So we'll go with first notch of flaps, we'll arm the speed brakes. And we'll go to max brake for rejected takeoff. We're coming up to the runway here. And not sure if you've seen it before, but the way the runway undulates as you go down is really cool now in this version. So 2990 should actually be able to run that version. So this is our last trip in here, I guess, unless we have to bring the aircraft for maintenance. And it's nice to have a nice day to take off and get out of here on. Should be a good flight. on the left here, beside the river, River Elbe, is the turnaround point. Swing over this way, and then we're going to turn around. A little bit of power to get her going here. Come on. There we go. And now we're ready to go. So engine's up to 50%. Stable. One final thing to do.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff, please.
And away we go. Interesting, it doesn't do flex mode at all. It's all full power toga. It's V1. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Flaps up. To autopilot and heading mode. We can increase our speed to about 240. Make sure everything is nicely settled. There we go. And there's the view out the window. Nice day. A few cloud, some clear skies. And we're on our way. So it's a pretty simple flight. It's almost dead straight. We're going to cross over northern Germany into northern Holland, and then we're going to turn southwest down over the Netherlands. We're going to pass close to Rotterdam and then out over the North Sea and English Channel to England. There's 10,000 feet. Our landing lights are off. Should have put them on. I can come off. Pick up the speed to 280 for the climb. This can come down to 2,000 feet. And again, still getting used to flying this airplane. There's a lot to it, especially when you're not using checklists and you're trying to do everything off of memory. Anyway, we're going to head out on the route. I'll give you some visuals as we go. Enjoy the flight, and we'll touch base as we start our descent into London. Alright, we're starting to get close to where we're going to start our descent. We're only about 20-25 miles out from there. Just looking at the approach charts, so our bottom altitude we're going to want to get to is 2,500. That's the basically the floor at on the approach for Heathrow. Well, let me do that, let me do that, and then so 2,500 feet. And as the VNAV is still not working, as I've said, we're going to do the rule of thumb. So 250 knots, 2,000 feet per minute. It will take about 80 miles to get down to, or to get down 30,000 feet. So when we get to, this mess gets to the 80-mile mark, we'll start our descent. And that will put us in. We're getting a little bit of cloud up high now above us. Some very thin clouds, and then we got the clouds below us here. That is northern France over there. We're over the, where the North Sea narrows down. Oh, there's another airplane down there. Where the North Sea narrows down to the English Channel. And we're going to be coming in. Looks like we're coming in over the north. We're going to pass north of the city and then do a straight in for the runway. That being 27 right. So pretty cool. We had another airplane down there. Start to throttle back. We'll let the speed come back to about 250. And then we'll start our descent. One more notch, right about there. Normally we keep the speed up, but with the VNAV not working, it's just easier to go to a set speed and then descend. Oh, close enough. So we'll go into descent mode. And we're going to be going down at 2,000 feet per minute. Not unrestricted. Airplanes in front of us here. So London can be a busy place. I've got live traffic on, so we'll see what happens. It is looking cloud covered here. So I'm not exactly sure what's happening with that. We'll see what it's like when we get underneath it. Okay, why have you come up again? Stop arming. So it's a little annoying those approaches are still not in there, that we can't do a proper approach into London. Seems like only the departures are available for a lot of these airports. But still early days. I'm going to give us a little bit more light in here because I think it's going to get dark once we get into the clouds. So we're on our descent. We'll pick it up again when we get a bit closer, probably as we pass through 10,000 feet. Well, that's us through 10,000 feet. So we'll make sure we got our landing lights on. Put our wing lights on. It's pretty dark out there. At the back, we passed through 10,000 feet. It's supposed to be raining in London right now. Winds are out of the south. We're going to have a bit of a crosswind. And clouds go right down to 1,000 feet or less. So we had a bit of icing, so I've got the anti-ice going. But we're currently vectoring in here for almost a straight-in approach. So we'll throw on the landing system. I've gone in and inputted everything into the McDo for our approach and landing on the runway, so that's good. I think I can hear rain. There's an airplane off to our side. Yeah, definitely got rain on the window. So put the ignitions, leave them in the starters. So we're now 30 miles out from the airport. So the descent a little bit. So as I said, we're coming in north of the city. We would have got a good view out this side, but according to the latest MEDAR out of London, well, there's the thunder, it is broken clouds all the way down to 800 feet. And rain, heavy rain at times, so this could be an interesting approach and landing. Alright, we're picking up the ILS. Or the localizer, anyway. This is my first landing in a bad storm. Could be interesting. So we're we're down to 5,000. We're going to slow up the speed. Bring her back to 110. Whoa! There's some lightning. I'm shutting off table light I got here just so I can see things a bit better because it is dark and gloomy. This is going to be an interesting landing. So we're coming in, Heathrow's basically got main east and west runways. And with the winds are 190, so slightly west of south. So, we're gonna, wow, that's bright. They're gonna be pushing us from the right. So our air temperatures are back up to normal, so this can all come off. Don't want to draw on power from us. Alright, so
2,500.
we're almost down to where we have to go. We'll slow the descent down. I mean, we're only 100 feet up. Could have a situation of landing on the same runway with other aircraft, but I don't feel like doing a go around in this weather. Alright, so we're low. Fine, it'll give us a chance to get a nice stable approach in here. Let's jump out for a minute and see what the weather's like. Really can't see anything out here. A little bit of what's underneath us going by, but not really seeing that either. Oh, what a miserable day out here. Let's get back inside for now. 15 miles. All right, I'm gonna make a turn. This way for a minute. Start configuring the aircraft for landing now. 200 knots. First notch of flap. Okay, so speed brakes are armed. 225. Should put us in right about there. That's fine. Activate the approach phase. And we want 140. I'm going to go to about 143 just because of this wind. Bring it down to the 160. 5. Next level of flaps. So we're all set there. Glide slopes coming in. Vocalizer is armed. And since we got the glide slope, we'll go full approach mode. That's the glide slope. Gears coming down. And localizer. Oh. Wrong button. Full flaps. And we'll let the cabin know. Well, we were telling them. Give them one more chance. There we go.
Camera crew, please take your seat for landing.
Might have been too high. Well, there's the runway.
1,000.
So we'll come back to landing speed now. It's kind of freaky with the lightning and the storms.
400.
Watch for wind shear.
200. 100. 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard 5.
Well, we're down. Stay on the runway. Oh, got blown a little bit there. go up at this one. Ah, it's not moving the rain at all. Well, we're down. It was a little bit scary, but we're down. Alright. Let's get her cleaned up. First things first, landing lights off, taxi lights are on. That is set, flaps can come up. And that can go off. Now we are going over to Terminal 2. Just got to figure out where we are here. Let's see if we can find a taxiway marker. Terminal 2 is to our left. And this is Pier 4A in front of us. Identify any of these taxiways here. L11. Ah, yeah. Okay, I know where we are. Let's get you up and going. That's Terminal 2 over there. We're going to be parking beside the Lufthansa. That's gate 232. Cathay Pacific Cargo, okay. I don't know why there's a cargo at a passenger terminal, but that's fine. They're doing construction out here. We won't look at the backwards paint job on that side of the airplane. All right, we have arrived. Parking brake is on. See where the APU is. APU is there. The APU bleeds on. And engines go off. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at London Heathrow on a stormy Wednesday. But that's going to do it for us. All the deliveries are done. After this, it's revenue flights for the Airbus A320neo. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.